with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence for our servicemen and women, first responders and veterans, particularly those who have paid the ultimate price, as well as our healthcare workers who tirelessly work to save lives every day. Okay, thank you. Please be seated. All right, to start our meeting, we have Leanna Hale, our historian, who will have something interesting to share with us.
Yeah, I just gave you a little reading material there, so.
On the beach. Thank you.
11 years ago, the Clarkson Historical Society began a cursive writing contest to celebrate John Hancock's birthday on January 23rd. In case you don't remember, his signature is the largest one on the Declaration of Independence, and I guess he wanted to make sure the king could read it. The entries are divided in 3 age categories. Age 4 are grades 4 and 5th, grades junior high and high school. We choose the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd winners in each age group. And this year there were 41 entries from 10 different towns. Each of the winners get a medallion and a certificate. And we also give bookmarks with winning entry on it. Prizes this year will be distributed in March. And these are the bookmarks. This was given to my granddaughter Emma, first prize winner, grade 4 and 5, Hilton Quest School National Handwriting Contest, January 3rd, 2016, sponsored by the Academy at the Clarkson Historical Society. So, and I don't know if that helped her get through college, but she's graduating in 3 years. But one thing it did help her, tell you a little story about her. She was in 6th grade, and there was this kid who always liked to look over her shoulder during tests. So she said, the heck with that. She said, guess what I did? She said, Grammy, I wrote everything on my test in cursive. He couldn't read it.
Smart girl.
Anyhow, Clarkson is in Region 11 for AFNIS, which is the Association of Public Historians of the State of New York. And our region meets in April this year in Penn Yan. And I hope to bring back some good ideas for our 250th celebration, the celebration of our country this summer. I look back at the celebration in 1976. Some ideas seem rather not for our time. A beard growing contest, a parade, a fancy dress ball, and times were a little different then. So anyhow, I'm open to all ideas. So one thing I do want to do is put Betsy Ross flags out on the graves, especially the veterans that we have. We have veterans from the Revolutionary War and the War of 1812. So I'd like to make sure that they are covered specially this year. And also, I went to a conference a few months ago and we got information on how to clean graves and everything. I gave all that information to Ursula. So maybe in the spring, you're looking to me.
It's on my notes.
Okay. So maybe in the spring we can do something and just check on a lot of these Revolutionary and War of 1812 stones. I mean, you really can't clean them with anything. They have to be cleaned with water. But if there's some way that anybody could think about to mark them specially. So if people go up in West Clarkson Cemetery and they see a special marker up there, they'll know that it's the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, I know where they are. I know where those are.
I know you know where they
Yeah.
are.
Are they marked in some way?
No.
Already?
They're legible. You can read them. Good.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. You still can. Oh, good.
Tom, you probably know where they
Yeah.
are in the back corner. Yeah.
I've got the map for it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Good. So anyhow, we'll be thinking of that, and maybe we can plan something around
Sure. Yeah.
or maybe have a little tour when we figure out when they all are. And I know some of the War of 1812 are related to the Revolutionary War guys, so
Oh.
They might be pretty much in one spot. Do you know where the War of 1812 guys are?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Good.
I think they're
wanna
all in
see
that
the
same
map.
area in that
I don't know where my
northwest
map
corner.
was. I don't even know if I ever had one. So, but thank you. Thank you very much.
Those could have been the first burials were from those two wars. That's why they're kind of lumped together. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
sure that's where actually, the entrance to the cemetery used to be on that northwest corner. You just go down by the creek and out the road that way instead of where it is now.
Oh.
There's two pillars there. They're kind of broken, but they're
inside.
there, in the back, yeah.
Huh. Okay.
But yeah, that's probably where the original,
Well, if there's something special, we could mark them with, you know?
yeah.
Besides a flag, that would be great. Well, we could make little signs, Revolutionary War, War of 1812. I mean, who knows?
We will think on that.
Think about that.
We will figure it out.
Somebody's gotta think about that.
I wrote it down again. Okay. All right. Thanks, Leanna. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And this cursive writing, is that on your counter here for people to pick up?
Oh, yeah.
It is. Okay. All right. And then
Yeah,
you've
I just
also.
wanted everybody to look at that, and it's kind of quite entailed, and then the other one is the alphabet, and on the other side was
I
the
like
book
that.
we used. Yeah.
How to sit for writing.
Yes. Now, this summer, I believe we're going to have Night at the Museum again. It's every couple of years. So, what we did, it was a great idea. Everybody liked it. We had anybody who wanted to join the cursive writing contest. They would write their sentence. You know, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And then the teenage kids who have been our cursive winners, they were the ones that voted for the winners. And they got, the person who won got a free membership to the Historical Society. So I think we'll probably do that again. That was kind of fun. The teenagers loved it and the preteens loved it. So they thought it was great that they could be the
Judges.
judges.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Leanna.
Anything you can think of to keep the teens or preteens happy. They need more fun in their life besides on a screen.
This
Right.
is true. Thanks
ya.
again.
Bye-bye, you're welcome.
Okay, there's no open forum, no old business. We'll move right into new business. Resolution number 1 is to authorize the intermunicipal agreement between the town of Clarkson and the town of Sweden for sharing of the assessor services and support staff. Whereas the New York General Municipal Law, Article 5G, Section 119(0) empowers municipal corporations, including towns, to enter into cooperative agreements for the provision of shared services. And whereas the town of Clarkson and town of Sweden wish to appoint the same individual to serve as town assessor and share support staff for the assessor's office in the interest of efficiency and cost effectiveness. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Clarkson hereby approves the intermunicipal agreement between the town of Clarkson and the town of Sweden, and further authorizes the town supervisor to execute said agreement. This agreement shall be for a term commencing January 1st, 2026 and terminating December 31st, 2026, unless earlier terminated by any party. That this resolution shall take effect immediately, that the town clerk will forward a copy of this resolution to the town of Sweden. May I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, for discussion on my part, we haven't had an intermunicipal agreement when we first hired, or when the towns first went into agreement to have the same assessor. We did not have, an intermunicipal agreement was not created at that time. And I can't remember the year. Is that referred to in the agreement? I can't remember that either, Keith. I have it here. Excuse me?
I don't believe it's mentioned.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we could add, I don't know if it's necessary to add it. But she's been our assessor, I
22?
I think
was gonna say 21, 22. We have minutes to that effect
July.
in which she was appointed. Those are in the file, but we never, when I first started, I says, how come we don't? Because anytime we share services between towns, there's always an intermunicipal agreement. So ahead of that, all of the division of the cost was split. The salaries were divided, and they're based on the percentages of the parcels in each town. So Sweden, and they have more commercial. So there's a percentage that Sweden arrived at, and ours. And Sharon and I met with Supervisor Hales and her assistant Heidi LeBrock a couple weeks ago to discuss this agreement, among other things. But the only thing different from what we originally started was we increased the fee in number 3 from $10,000 to $11,000, and that's going to be paid in $27.50 quarterly installments. And also the percentage, I believe in number 4 was 34.73 or something, and we rounded it up because we have gained more parcels. So, more parcels have been created within the town. So that's the ratio. That's how it was decided. So, all that to be said, this is we decided to have this in place now, and this will be a benefit to us going forward. So, does anyone else have any questions about it, or any comments?
Nope.
No. Are we good? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Oh, I also want to mention, we are very pleased with Tammy's services. I think we'll all agree on that, so it's good to have something.
Darla both.
Oh, yes,
Great.
for sure. Yeah, if she's not available, then Darla can help. Okay, number 2 is resolution for Buck Run Solar. Authorize supervisor to sign a release letter to Ascot Insurance for the Ascot Insurance Company bond. Whereas Buck Run operates a solar farm at the property known as 2540 Redmond Road, Clarkson, New York, also known as Solar Farm. And whereas as a condition of approval, Buck Run was required to provide a decommissioning bond to the town to secure removal of the solar farm at such time as it ceases to operate. And whereas the town has the original decommissioning bond, the bond number is listed, from the Ascot Insurance Company, and Buck Run wishes to provide a substitute decommissioning bond of equal amount, bond number is listed, in exchange for releasing the original bond. And whereas the town has received the substitute bond and has no objection to the release request. Now therefore be resolved, the town board approves the release of Ascot Insurance Company's decommissioning bond. Bond number is listed for the Buck Run Solar Farm in exchange for the Ascot Insurance Company decommissioning bond. The bond number is listed. That the town board authorizes the town supervisor to execute the release letter. May I have a motion?
So,
I'll second it.
Okay, discussion. Attorney O'Toole may need to help me out with this.
sure.
The company has sold, correct? The owner of the solar company
Yes,
sold to another company. So we're releasing that first bond that they had in place.
correct, because the original owner doesn't want to be on the hook anymore,
Correct.
having sold the property.
Right. Right. So it's a new owner. The title of the project remains the same. It's just being overseen, that's not a good word, being maintained by a different company. So that's what, this is the replacement, or to release, I need to sign this letter to release that original bond, and we have the new bond in place.
We do, yes.
Right, so, that is that. Any questions on this? Okay. All in favor? Aye, motion carries. Okay. Number 3 is resolution to authorize the end of year 2025 budget amendment and transfer of funds. Whereas the town board is authorized to transfer funds and make supplemental appropriations where appropriate to amend the 2025 fiscal year budget. And whereas upon analysis of town accounts and upon consultation and advice with its financial consultants, the town board of the town of Clarkson has reviewed end of year 2025 budget amendment and such appropriations and transfer of funds, all as described and incorporated herein. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board authorizes the budget amendment and such appropriations and transfer of funds, all as identified on and incorporated herein. It's listed that way because when the resolution is part of the budget, these amendments that you've all looked at will be added as part of the resolution. You follow? Okay, so it's gonna follow the resolution, the words, and then our vote is at the end. Okay. That's why it reads kind of funny right now. Okay, may I have a motion?
Make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, and for discussion, as you recall, we hired Laura Landers mid-year last year. I believe it was in July when she took over. We ended up finishing up the budget year on the old format that we have been using for years. And some of it, it's not a learning curve for her as much as it is a just acclimating or understanding our old process, and then we're gonna move into her process this year. So in order for her to finish up the old process, and this is what needs to be done, we do this every year. We did it last year under our own old financial consultants. We had the same approval, except that it came mid-January. So, and because they have been handling our books for a few years. So this is kind of new, and they need it for Laura. She's experienced clearly, but it's just a different format. So she's put it in place. I hope that you've all had a chance to look at it. I did speak with Laura about it today to ensure that I understood it clearly. And it all makes sense, although it seems a little like a lot, but it'll put us in good shape. And once these transfers are done internally by her office, then she can finish out end of 2025. So it's just a stepping stone. And hopefully next year it will come sooner than it has this year. Are there any other questions from anyone or comments? Are we okay? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Did you know? Oh, you got it. All right, that's 3. Okay, number 4 is, whoops, where am I? Flip the wrong page. 1, 2, 3. Oh, here you go. I see what you did, Susan. You put it inside here. That's good. Okay, thank you. All right, resolution number 4 is, whereas it is approved professional services agreement with William P. Johnson, radio frequency consultant, Verizon Cell Tower at 3186 Sweden Walker Road. Whereas it is expected that the town's planning board and our zoning board of appeals will require the advice of a radio frequency professional services provider to offer advice regarding a pending application to construct a cell tower and related facilities to be located at 3186 Sweden Walker Road. And whereas when this request is formalized, the town wishes to retain the services of such a consultant. And whereas William P. Johnson has offered to provide such services to the town. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Clarkson approves and authorizes the supervisor to sign the proposed statement of work of William P. Johnson to provide radio frequency engineering services for the proposed cell tower and related facilities located at 3186 Sweden Walker Road, and that this approval and authorization is conditioned upon the occurrence of the following events. A, that the planning board or zoning board of appeals request the services of an RF consultant, and B, that the applicant deposits an initial retainer of $5,000 for this purpose, in addition to any fees or deposits required by law within the town, that they be deposited with the town. Okay. May I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, for discussion, this property is almost opposite Gilmore Road on the east side. It is, I can't remember specifically, about 300 yards back, something like that.
I don't recall.
Not
the
that far?
distance. It's a fair distance.
It's a fair distance, right? There is it's a privately owned parcel. Actually, I believe it's a flag lot on its own. And there's a house next door, and the owner of this parcel also owns quite a bit of acreage on the east side of, on Sweden Walker Road. I don't know if he farms it. I'm not sure. It's a lot. I think quite a bit of his wetlands. I've seen the placement of it on the proposed site plan. But our process for doing this is according to our town law or zone. Is it the zoning code that specifies it? Okay, that we hire a radio frequency engineer to determine if there's a need for it in that area. So I understand from hearing from some residents who live on that section of Sweden Walker. In fact, I was talking to Bob yesterday when I was driving down that section. There is one part right there that you just blank out, and you're going through it so fast you don't know what to blame it on. But and then it comes back. So, the more I hear about this, that apparently there's something lacking there. So it's a Verizon tower. The building department has received the instruction from Keith very clearly on what needs to happen, so that's good. So they're working on that. But meanwhile, in order to, as far as the application is concerned and the requirements of the applicant, so that's straight. We just need to make it go in that direction. But this gentleman wants to get started. So in order to do that, I have to sign that. We have to authorize it. So that's what we're doing tonight. And, okay, any other questions about this, or, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Okay. And number 5 is resolution to approve merit increase for the Justice Court Clerk Cody Steffen. To approve merit increase for Court Clerk Cody Steffen from step 6 at $26.42 to step 8 at $28.29 to be retroactive to February 21st, 2026. I have a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, for discussion, he's been the court clerk for, I can't remember either because I don't have the paperwork in front of me. At least 5 or 6 years, I think, right? Okay. He knows the drill. He gets on extremely well with our judge, and he's assisted as well with Susan Wheats, who is court clerk in the village, on court dates. And I trust that you've read his evaluation.
Mhm.
Okay, so this was the judge's decision as part of his evaluation. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Okay. For my report, I don't have a whole lot. I have, on February 13th, our engineers MRB submitted the grant application for the GM grant for speed signs for Lake Road and Ridge Road. It was decided that we would apply for these signs to be used on both sides of the intersection to help to minimize in all directions. When we originally were, along with those sidewalks, the TAP grant that we just put in, I'm visualizing sidewalks that go straight up Lake Road on both sides almost, right? Or not the entire length, but heading north, but a good distance. And I kept thinking these speed signs were just going to be on Lake Road. But after talking with Bob and with Scott Madison, we decided that, the grant is for $60,000, and we needed to put in our grant for that dollar sum. And the speed signs were, in order to get to that level, we needed more signs. So we thought, okay, so we'll instead of just getting 4 for that section, we'll do 8. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8. So we're going to have on all sides of this intersection, which will be great, especially since even this past weekend we had the 3-car accident right here at the corner. That it seemed that, I don't know what the mistake was, but if someone flew through a red light and shouldn't have, I don't know that that's going to minimize it, but at least be reminders for people that they need to slow down when you come out of the 40 mile an hour or 55 mile an hour speed zone. So that was Yeah, submitted on the 13th, okay. On the 19th, we received a report of the Erie Canals Bicentennial Year 2025, recalling the exceptional events, programs, and partnerships across the state, and thanking the communities and organizations who welcome residents and visitors to commemorate our state's shared canal heritage. The annual report is on the counter in the back for anyone who wishes to review it. On the 23rd, we received an email from our workers' compensation insurance company in appreciation of its members that have stood by the Comp Alliance and contributed to its continued success. This is how it reads. The state municipal workers' compensation or Comp Alliance is again distributing a portion of its surplus to members through the member loyalty program. And we're expecting to receive $500 at some point. And a lot of this has to do with, the loyalty, it says the loyalty award amounts are based on individual members' longevity of the membership with the Comp Alliance, which hasn't been very long. I think it's only our second year, but even so. And it's part of what we fund every year. And he's mailing a check to the town of $500 shortly. So
Very nice.
we'll take the $500. And that'll just increase as we stay with the program each year. Okay.
That last year too. I
We
think.
did, yeah, after we just started. They gave us, yeah, so, okay. Town board, anything from anyone here?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the library
Mhm.
board meeting last Wednesday, Patrick's working on a grant to digitize the history room. So right now, all of the Brockport posts,
Oh.
going back as far as they have them, are now on their website. And then they're gonna move to taking care of the maps and other things, so it'll be preserved digitally in case something catastrophic happens in that room. In March, he's putting together a celebration, in November, a 30th year, 30th anniversary
Really?
of that building
Wow.
already. And it'll be, also coincides with 90 years of the library being in the community. He'll have the municipality reports out by the end of March,
Which reports, sorry?
the municipality reports.
Oh,
So his-
okay.
His reports to us.
Okay,
And both Patrick and Lauren, his youth services person, had a chance to speak at Career Day at the Hill School. And that went very well. They got great engagement, and so hoping to increase the young kids. And that's it.
great, thank you. Anyone else? Nothing? Okay. All right, town clerk?
Yes, I wanted to mention that, once again, our mobile DMV comes to Clarkson on the fourth Wednesdays of every month, and it is canceled for tomorrow due to them getting those new computers throughout. And the mobile units are not completely updated as of yet. I did speak with somebody today, and they should be back on schedule for March. But all the locations, the bricks and mortar locations, are up and running, so that's fine. Their mobile DMV is now.
Did we put a notice
Yes.
out? Okay, good, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, I have a report from the building department. The building department has completed the 2025 New York State Annual Report. I believe we got verification of receipt today. We have initiated updates to the Historic Preservation Board application and have begun reviewing the board's procedures and review process. Preliminary review has commenced on a proposed new build on Bonita Drive. However, additional research will be required due to the multiple approvals previously granted within the various Clarkson Meadows subdivision. Sounds complicated. To date, 14 of the 69 required annual fire inspections have been scheduled. There have been no new developments regarding the Cook development proposal. The support boards have begun their annual training requirements, and the majority of the members have already obtained their required continuing education credits for this year. The organization of the subdivision files is still a work in progress. That's honestly huge for what she's doing right now downstairs, so. Okay, that's that report. Attorney O'Toole?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay. Highway Superintendent?
I'm all set.
Okay. The minutes from 2/10/25. I have a motion to,
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. The audit is $928,907.66. The big ticket items are we had a bill for salt for $25,000, and we paid our annual commitment to the fire departments. Brockport's was $725,244.43. Hamlin Morton Walker was $75,572.06. And Hilton Parma was $7,593.34.
How much is backward?
Brockport is $725, $244.43. And that matched up with, we always verify it with Monroe County first to make sure that that's the correct sum. So there you have it. May I have a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
Yeah, I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.